Encounters always become stunning in the wild. Aquatic wildlife is somewhat unexplored and highly curious theme within whole biosphere. Join us as we explore Sri Lanka's most wonderful aquatic fauna. In our previous episode, our team of explorers presented the story of native and endemic freshwater fishes. It's a vast topic with no end in sight. With this episode, our expedition continues, diving deep into the wonders of wildlife. Encounters with mythically guilty, but innocent souls of tarantulas. Water leeches. Common, but unique footages of aquatic predators. Covering nearly 65,610 square kilometers of land, Sri Lanka's green forests span less than 30%. Only about 10% of this tiny island remains as primary forest. These highly sensitive ecosystems are vital generators of biodiversity. Out of approximately 100 species of freshwater fish in Sri Lanka, the number of threatened species is steadily increasing due to human impacts. Conservationists are dedicated to preserving and protecting this magnificent wildlife for future generations. The value of biodiversity is truly priceless. Under the shade of huge trees, these magnificent aquatic biotopes donates the premium life for freshwater creatures. Observe the pristine water quality of tropical rainforests, crystal clear and remarkably pure. All of these water creatures are facing to the danger of extinction, due to human activities, mainly water pollution. This non-stop expedition covers another milestone from this epic episode, the highly threatened freshwater fishes in Sri Lanka. It's an epic journey with lots of memories. The genus Pethia belongs to Cyprinidae family, represents the world-famous flat-look barb species. Out of about 43 valid species of this genus, distributes from Sri Lanka across India to Myanmar, 5 species are endemic to this tiny island. Black ruby barb is the most common and widely distributed one across Sri Lankan wet zone. Various color intensities, with 3 prominent vertical bands. Deep reddish colorful males, and sandy color females of sexually dimorphic black rubies. Once black rubies were a most famous one among ornamental fish collectors, and uncontrollably, that imposed a huge threat over all endemic barb species. From the most common towards rarest, our journey is set to uncover the secrets of the Bandula barbs. Our initial glimpse left us yearning for more. Rampant tree logging has been ravaging their habitat, disrupting the delicate balance of the ecosystem, and jeopardizing the pristine water flow. These practices cast a shadow over the future of this rare species, as we strive to capture their story before it's too late. This tiny flowing freshwater stream creates the habitat for Sri Lanka's most critically endangered fish species. After staying still, with an underwater GoPro for a few minutes, I was lucky to film a single fish.
Bandula barb, restricted to a narrow-ranged area, locally called as Kalapitamata, that belongs to the northern boundary of Kalani Basin in Kegol district, Sri Lanka.
Look at the unique reddish color, males having black fins, except the reddish caudal fin. The natural aquatic biotopes are the best biological color boosters of their own. Females are just fishy colors, with double vertical bands. Look upon the beauty of them. This species is limited to a few kilometers of a tiny village stream, which flows across rural forest patches, paddy fields and plantations, all anthropologically imposed.
To the honor of Mr. Ranjit Bandula, the founder of this species, in 1991, this fish species was named as Pethia Bandula by the renowned ichthyologists Maurice Kotlet and Rohan Pethiagal.
These sexually dimorphic creatures are benthivorous feeders that can grow up to 4 centimeters in length. Unlike other rare and critically endangered species, Bandula barb lives outside the protected area network of Sri Lanka. When this species was first described in 1991, the population was estimated to be around 2,000. However, within 1 decade the Bandula barb population has decreased to 200 to 300. This is due to the illegal collection of the species, for ornamental fish trade, pollution through agrochemicals used in paddy fields, and land use change. Look how the destruction carries within its home range. Deforestation appears to be the major threat to entire biodiversity all across the world. Water is abused in every way, and Bandula barb survives at the edge of the extinction path. In 2013 to 2014, it became a well-known conservation effort to conserve this narrow-range, point-endemic beauty. With the contribution of biodiversity experts, IUCN, Ministry of Environment, Department of Wildlife Conservation, Forest Department, and Divisional Secretariat. Countless successful attempts gave rise to these victims' population from 500 to 1,300.
මං ලක්කෙන් අපේ වෙලි හරිද මේ අපේ හරිය තව කොටාට පයි වා වලක් තියෙනවා මේ දඹුර දැන් වල ගොඩ වෙලා ගාටා මං තනින් ආවේ මං තව බැම්ම කැඩුවා අටපම් පතුවන් කෝකද මේ බැම්ම කඩුවේ කියලා ගෑ ගන්නවා මං දෙලට උපසපට බොලව තුති අරගන්නේ
This is the essence of community empowerment. The true guardians of Mother Nature are those innocent villagers, whose lives are intertwined with the land and its creatures. They are the unsung heroes of conservation, preserving the beauty and balance of our natural world. But unluckily, ongoing sand mining and deforestation still destroy its habitat.
This type of protected areas already provides the ultimum protection to the freshwater fish species. But freshwater fish species are not only lies within the protected area network. Freshwater streams, rivers are not only restricted to the protected areas. So we can see a highest level of pollution within them. So what means by pollution? Pollution means the water pollution. So water pollution creates a bad impact and a negative impact on freshwater fauna, including freshwater fishes. So Bandula Barb is a good example because Bandula Barb distributes within Galapitamata area of Kekol district. So the freshwater stream that is not belongs to a protected area, so it is highly anthropologically impacted. So it requires protection species wise. Now the Bandula Barb is a protected species under Schedule 6 of Fauna and Flora Protection Ordinance.
Red-finned barbs, another Sri Lankan proud endemic product. As their name resembles, males got reddish fins and females doesn't. Like Pethia banthula, this species also contain two vertical spots identically. In advance by the mean of reddish fins, this species named as Pethia reval. Distributes between the basins of Devario River and Kalani River, but it survives within limited flowing water bodies, imposed to a higher human impact.
This Pethia species was described in 2008 by the group of scientists Madhawa Meegasthumura, Anjana Silva, Halana Madhuwage and Rohan Pethiyagoda.
Thanks to Mother Nature, look how diverse this underwater footage. Composed with red-finned barbs, raspberries, giant danios, tiger loaches and olive barbs. Wonderful. Like other Pethia species, red-finned barbs also showing benthivorous feeding pattern. Deep color intensities of these fishes shows the sexual maturity, quality of the habitat and balanced feeding habits also. Our team found this little red-finned barb population within a small tributary stream of River Kalani, next to main road. But still fine with water flow and little urbanization impact. But can't predict how it ends. Pethia was able to catch an uncommon, endemic barb species from this medium-flowing stream located in Kalu Basin. Nothing else, but clearly, Cuming's barb. First one is black ruby barb and next is Cuming's barb. This footage clearly showing how they differentiate morphologically. This mixed species fish flock contains not only Cuming's barb and black ruby barb, but also tiger loaches, filamented barbs, olive barbs and raspberries. Their benthivorous feeding pattern is very attractive to watch. All are arranged as a pack, to face the medium flowing water, and feeds on stream bottom. To the honor of British natural history collector, Hugh Cuming, this barb was scientifically named as Pethia cumingii, in year 1868 by a scientist called Albert Gunther. This closest cousin of red-finned barbs, distributes from Kalutaging basins. Rather than their reddish relatives, this species are completely yellowish. Prominently their fins are yellow in color. How nice and attractive wonders of Mother Nature. This endangered species also got double black vertical spots on their partially flat bodies, like previously discussed Bandula Barb and red-finned barb. The expedition team found this sensitive ecosystem from a flowing stream under a bridge, locates within a semi-urban area of Kaluthara district. Unexpected findings become unbelievable. These waters are still pure with good conditions, and that was proved by the healthy condition of this pack. Everything was perfect until rain starts. After rain appears, the water flow became muddy, and our team trapped under the bridge for few minutes. This was another observation of Cuming's barb close to Rathnapura. This water flow is full of muddy particles and under a huge threat with agrochemicals. Look who is hiding within this muddy water flow. The endangered western lovebooker. Distributes within wet zone of the country. This endemic creature represents the genus lovebooker, including 3 members within Sri Lankan territory. It's a wonderful finding. These combined footages show the best comparative results of Bandula barb, red-finned barb, Cuming's barb and black ruby barb. Watch carefully. These are commonly distributed scribbled gobies. Less threatened and well adapted to different water conditions. But there are rare members too. Dilanga, another experienced member of our expedition crew. The little king of Ceylonese gobies, lipstick goby. Like its name resembles, this reddish lip-bound male is actually a sand-color creature, holds the bottom of pure flowing water bodies of wet zone. It became a hard practice to shoot them, under better light conditions.
This fish species was described in 1972 by a scientist, Herbert R. Axelrod, as an honor to a diving pioneer, Rodney Jonklaasi.
Male lipstick gobies have a triangular red patch just before the caudal fin. Unlike males, females have black lips. These threatened species can be grown up to 5 centimeters in length. Presence of 2 separated dorsal fins is one important character appears in gobies. Lipstick gobies shows spawning migration. Adults live in upstream areas, whereas the young lives in river mouth. This monogamy species generally shows habit of lifelong bonding as a pair. Endangered endemic killifish species of Sri Lanka. Dayi's killifish and Werner's killifish. These Aplocheilus members are surface-holding water creatures. By having an adaptation of dorsal mouth, these species proves their survival as surface feeders. Werner's killifish distributes across Ging and Nilvala river basins of southwestern wet zone. Other than Werner's killifish, this pool provides habitat for spike-tailed paradise fish family. They are quite uncommon. Female Werner's killifish. We found this well-grown population in a pond locates within a paddy field. Both male and female individuals shows vertical black lines, and like other killifish species, they have a white patch on dorsal head. Its closest endemic relative Dayi's killifish is another eye-catching surface feeder, restricted to Kaloni and Kalu river basins. This attractive couple is too close to the GoPro lens. Look at the beautiful coloration of male and female. Male is bigger than female, and has 3 black spots partially. Female got 7 to 8 vertical black bands on the latter half of the body. Quickly it disappeared. Look at this aquatic creature. These unique footages are available in Sri Lankan freshwaters. These reptiles are the end consumers of aquatic food chain. Bullinger's keelback, a water snake, looks like a little anaconda. Danios, very active freshwater fish type, belongs to genus Devario. Elongated body shape, partial blue and yellow color pattern, dorsal mouths, and ideal fin arrangement for speedy flowing waters, are identical features of Danios. How wonderful! Around 40 valid species represents the genus Devario, in South and Southeastern Asia, between and southwards of the Indus and the Mekong basins. Out of them, Sri Lankan Danios consists of few distinct species. Our expedition team's next challenge is to uncover the world of native and endemic Danios, except most common and native giant Danios, which widely distributes within Sri Lanka and southern India. Team needs to travel far away locations to initiate their recordings under better conditions. On our first journey to film barred Danios, we encountered the misunderstood ornate tiger spider, an arboreal species endemic to Sri Lanka. Despite painful bites, it plays a crucial ecological role, highlighting conservation needs. Crossing the streams using fallen logs, not an easy task with backpacks full of camera gears. Fresh water flows under tropical evergreen forest shade. Now we are at the habitat of endangered barred Danio, scientifically known as Devario pathirana. This endangered species distributes within nilvalar basins.
This fish species was described in 1990 by two renowned scientists, Maurice Kotlet and Rohan Pethia, and named after Mr. Ananda Pathirana, the founder of this fish species.
Sri Lankan endemic Danios are in a deep threat, due to their limited distribution patterns, and therefore different kinds of threats becoming more vulnerable to their survival. By looking at these footages, you can see their less numbers within frame. Adding toxic chemicals to water to catch freshwater crayfish will create a hazardous impact onto the barred Danio populations, finally will become extinct. In certain localities we had observed better populations, and those places needs to conserve without much public enforcements. Once this Danio became a popular aquarium fish species, all these threats finally combines and impacts on natural wild populations of barred Danios. Look at the unique pattern of 7 to 11, golden yellow H or Y patches, unlike common giant Danios. There is an increasing probability of producing hybrid offspring between barred Danios and giant Danios. So, we are going to seek better populations of barred Danio. Another farewell to our local guide friend. Agra Danio distributes in submontane Agra tributary of Ceylon, the catchment of majestic flowing giant, river Wawekale. Nilunga is searching for fish movements carefully. This is a moderately cultivated area. I lost my hopes. But, within seconds, thanks to God, my GoPro could capture few individuals present in the water. But, is that enough for future stability of this critically endangered species? In previous episode, we recognized stone suckers and mountain loaches as endemic species that can withstand in cold montane waters. Agra Danio will definitely become a member of them, from the day it evolved. This 6 cm creature have partial lower stripe breaking into spots in preanal area.
Recently, in the year of 2017, Devario monticola was taken into the light of science by a group of scientists. Sudesh Batuvita, Madhura Di Silva and Sampath Udugampola.
Not only Danios, but also the swordtails. Well-grown, well-spreading, well-colored developed introduced colony of swordtails. But, still do not recognized as an invasive species. It should be done soon, and these introduced species and their higher spawning rate creates an immense threat over our threatened endemics like Agra Danios. How awesome and how sad. Both coming in same moment into the mind. Our expedition team didn't expect this, not this moment. Not in future too. But it is happening. This is the anthropologically affected habitat of Agra Danio. Vegetable cultivation, adding lots of chemicals into these waters, as herbicides and pesticides. Those chemicals and heavy metals directly influence on these endemic communities. Our next destination is a rural area called Aranayaka. Now we are at the catchment of Mahoya, far remote edge of Kegel district, rural and full of sceneries. The expedition team working on another mission to film a threatened Devario species. People are destroying these pure water sources by adding garbage. Least known, but most threatened Aranayaka Danio, another least distributed Devario member. This footage expresses the actual speed motion of Danios against the current. Slow motion will show their details clearly.
This slender Danio species was taken into the light of science by a group of scientists, Hiranya Sudasinghe, Madhav Meegaskumura and Rohan Pethia in 2020.
In memory of those who perished in the disastrous landslide at Aranayaka in May 2016, named as Devario memorialis. Aranayaka Danio can be grown up to 6 cm in length. These species share their Mahoya Basin habitat with their common relatives, giant Danios. What an awesome, mind-relaxing landscape. These slender-bodied creatures are highly adapted for fast-flowing fresh waters of Mahoya Basin. Its lower yellow stripe breaking into spots. Within the same habitat, it is easy to observe the differences between Aranayaka Danio and giant Danio. Our previous episode fills your memory with Kithulgula Danios too. Those are restricted to Kilonitaging basins of southwestern Sri Lanka. These footage shows a comparative visual between giant Danio, Barb Danio, Aranayaka Danio and Kithulgla Danio.
So a Fauna and Flora Protection Ordinance, under its Schedule 6, it provides a list of fish species including marine and freshwater species. So from all of them, 17 fish species are freshwater species.
According to the Fauna and Flora Protection Ordinance Amendment, Act No. 22 of 2009, 17 freshwater fish species listed as protected, including Bandula Barb, Barb Danio and lipstick goby. Others are mentioned on screen. These protected species were listed under Schedule 6 of Section 31A.
When the natural aquatic biotope gets polluted, it is not only impacted on fish species, it already affects us. In this scenario, water pollution means a bad impact on freshwater fauna. So, water pollution, overexploitation and illegal collection for ornamental fish trade, likewise these threats create an immense negative impact on our native freshwater fish.
Unexpected meetups are always awesome in wildlife. Some are scary and some are surprises. When snorkeling through the crystal clear water layers, expedition team met this beauty, a young marbled spiny eel. Not much threatened, due to vast distribution within country, but hard to watch, because of its hide-and-seek behavior. Look how it behaves in rock and roll passion. Also this species, highly adapted to the rocky sandy background of river bottom. Its closest relative, Sri Lankan spiny eel, is a critically endangered species, but it's very hard, neither to film, nor to watch. Oh, it is observing our toes as well. Finding Aplocheilus, another epic mission of our team. Rasparoids, one of the most wonderful genus of threatened endemics. Rasparoids Aplocheilus, school of Vataria flower color species, are limited to Kaloni and Kalu basins.
This fish species was described in 1930 by a pioneer of Sri Lankan ichthyology, Dr. P.E.P. Darniyagala, the first Sinhalese director of Sri Lankan National Museum.
Depend on the locality, it shows different color morphs, including ashy blue, Vataria flower colored, and cannonball flower colored. Specifically, it has highlighted upper eye rim of orange to fire red. Spawning males having deep colored body. These rasparas have short rhomboid laterally compressed body, less steep compared to Pallades raspara. Fins relatively large. Look how delightful the aquatic nature is. But, unfortunately, this remote corner aquatic habitat, exposed to another introduced fish species, the guppies. These introduced species have the ability to adapt to the alien nature and increase their population rapidly. That will eventually build up a competition for food, and native ones will face for the danger of extinction. Inhabiting within the shaded littoral edges of natural freshwater pools, under slow water flowing rate, is an important habitat selection preference of rasparoids. Waterfalls are remarkable creatures of this miracle-dense country. Enjoying this remarkable nature is the best gift for us, as Sri Lankans. It was an invaluable journey to find the gems of freshwater fishes, under the shade of tropical rain forests. Sri Lankan most premium biotopes, inhabiting rasparoids pallidus. Pallidus rasbra, highly variated color morphs, including bright orange-colored, dull red-colored, light greenish, bicolored and neon types. Among those color morphs, bright orange color or cannonball flower color is the most common. Look how similar to the color of cannonball flower. Like rasparoids vaterifluis, pallidus also inhabiting within the shaded littoral edges of natural freshwater pools. We can observe a community of pallidus rasbra and cherry barbs within this same niche. It's so wonderful to watch their delightful LED appearances all across crystal clear water. Here, you can clearly watch the rare neon morph of pallidus rasbra. And the next, the bicolored morph. Our team members enjoying these natural wonders. Actually, we have to study on these species further, it's pretty interesting and addictable. In all color varieties, lower half of body and fins intensely colored, whereas upper half slightly paler. Look how amazing it is. This species was first identified as the Vateria flower rasbra, or Ceylon fire rasbra, and later described into a distinct species using few characters. They are very active with feeding. Up to 4 cm small fish of a rhomboid shape, which have a small hump just after the head region. Watch peacefully the most epic, natural underwater footages of universe. The locality is quite interesting of pallidus rasbra, which ranges from the Kalani to the Nilvalar basin, naturally. This is the most demanding aquarium fish species from Sri Lanka, and are heavily exploited from wild for exporting. An important factor about this species is that pallidus rasbra is a good bioindicative fish species, only in shady unpolluted streams, and they are very sensitive for water quality of their habitats. Both rasparoids members are endangered due to anthropological threats upon them. Wow! Look at that! Comparatively, this is how our two rasparoids members looks like. Both species are adding colors to their supreme underwater biotope. Scarlet basker, a common dragonfly species that found in wetlands, mainly within low country. Boudica is an expert on field works. The common ancestor of the genera Rasparoids and Horodandia appears to have been among the earliest among cypriniform lineages to disperse into Sri Lanka. These sand-color tiny fishes are very hard to film. So, our aim is to capture them from natural habitat, photograph them and release back to their habitat as soon as possible. Finally, this is the output of our effort. Comparatively, this is the final outcome of close relatives. Section 31A of Fauna and Flora Protection Ordinance. Here it mentions the offences relating to protected fish species, under Schedule 6. Under proven guilty for any above offence, be liable to a fine, not less than 10,000 rupees and not more than 20,000 rupees, or to imprisonment of either description for a term, not less than 2 years and not exceeding 5 years, or to both.
We need legal protection over all endemic freshwater fish species within Sri Lanka. That's an immediate action that should carry out urgently.
Little lunch on our way to finding ruby cherry barbs. Ruby cherry barbs, a wonderful color morph of our endemic cherry barbs. Restricted to a narrow basin of Ging and Nilwela rivers. Unlike the neon morph, this ruby morph is very vibrant with their attractive pinkish color. These natural blackwater aquatic systems are highly influence on healthier growth of these sensitive fish species. Brightly colored male ruby. Female rubies. Not only rubies, but this habitat is rich with a good population of Pallades raspera. Look at this marvelous visual comparison between ruby and neon morphs of cherry barbs. Both of their natural aquatic biotopes are similar with brownish mud-coated backgrounds. These shallow water sources are highly anthropologically impacted. Through this documentary, we have delved into the world of Sri Lanka's threatened freshwater fish species, uncovering the challenges they face, and the efforts underway to protect them. But this is just the beginning. The journey of exploration continues, and we are eager to share more discoveries and solutions with you. Stay tuned, and thank you for being part of our mission to safeguard these precious aquatic treasures.